What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today, you saw last week we had the my car's twin essentially get dropped off at the shop for just some simple wiring. Well, things have kind of gotten a little out of hand, so yeah, it's gotten a little crazy. So we'll see what's up. All right, guys, as you can see, we have a massive pile of wire here, and then we got some wire over here, and then yeah, and like you saw the car last time. Now here's the progress update. Dover had started to get the Florida 5.0 cluster in the car, get that wired up and all of that, and made some basic connections and, you know, applied power to it. And immediately it started smoking some wires, so we had to cut it back down and basically drop back and punt, because something was definitely not right. Whether it was, you know, one of the wires was hooked up incorrectly, or it was a wrong loom. I mean, there's no telling. So I had to dig a little bit deeper into the car. As you can see, both seats are out now, and there's just wires everywhere. All right, guys, this is what we're working with. As you can see now, the whole front bumper cover and everything is off. The intake is off. This is turning into a bit of a job, yeah?
A little bit.
So basically, we had a 89 model headlight harness in a 90 model car, right?
Yes.
And
the PCM harness is an 89 and a 90.
okay. So essentially, guys, the changes that happened over the 87 and 93 years are the airbags, which this is a 90. This is the first year for the airbag. And then, of course, you know, the California 88s, and then the, you know, all of the 89s were swapped over to mass air. That's the bulk of the differences in the harnesses. I'm sure there is some minor deviations. I don't know all of them, you know, especially off the top of my head. But basically, the entire front bumper cover had to come off so we could replace the entire front harness, because they are pinned differently. When he applied power the other day, the wires started to smoke and the horn would not stop going off. So obviously we got some differences. So this is another.
This is the one off the car.
This is the one off the car. As you can see, had to make some repairs to it. It had been chopped and butchered. And
yeah, that's why he didn't use it.
because it was a mess, but you fixed it.
Yeah.
So the harness is fixed. As you can see, you had to go in here, put some new loom, make some new connections, all that. But now it's going to be right. All the plugs are going to be correct, and hopefully all the pin outs. All right, guys, so up in here, had to make some repairs, just get everything back where it needed to be, get everything plugged up, and then we can put the upper plenum back on. But again, super cool car. Got 42-pound injectors. Dover, you said this is a 347 bottom end?
I think that's what he said.
Okay, believe it's a 347. So pretty stout little combo, and could be a really good running car whenever it gets done. And one thing I overlooked the other day, I did not notice, is they also smoothed the core support, which looks really freaking good. Like, if you look at mine still got all the holes. Well, most of them, all of them got all the holes. You can even look at Jeremy's over here. He's still got all the holes, but they smoothed out the upper core support. That's really nice. That looks really good. Adds another added little bit of touch of class to it.
I guess we'll see if we can get this harness pulled out.
All right, we're going to disconnect the PCM. We're just going to go ahead and pull this entire harness out.
We'll pull it out. Put the other one back in it.
Just put the 90 model harness back in. Are you still planning to pull the dash too?
Yeah, I'm gonna pull it. Just check everything.
Okay. Yeah, it's gonna pull the dash and check everything behind there. Make sure all those connections are right. I mean, if you're gonna do it, might as well do it right. But as far as pulling that harness out, guys, there it is right there. And if you caught the upload where we're talking about swapping the 4-cylinder to the V8 car, that's all you really got to do. pull that harness out, put the V8 harness in, you're good to go.
Just one car I had it.
All right, boys. And if you have never seen these, drop me a comment below if you know what those are. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you. That was a recall. It's called the 10-pin jumper wire assembly deal thingamajigger Ford did. These are your salt and pepper shakers, and they installed these jumpers. It was a recall back in the day. Here comes the harness. Get this harness out, get the correct and repaired harness back in the car. We should be in good shape. Yeah, she's coming. Yes, sir. I'm about out. And there she comes. And there it is, boys. Harness is out. There it is in all its glory. What are we hooked up to there?
Hanging up.
Is it,
Shit all in the way.
is it the TFI module?
Yeah, the connector.
Oh, well.
Hanging on this other wire.
I think that spout connector's wrapped around, so there you go. And throttle cable. And yes, success. She's out, boys. So we're gonna go back with the actual right harness, and that should solve a whole lot of problems. Okay, guys, this is where we're running into. We got a little bit of an issue. You can see the distributor harness has been cut on this one. Basically, this is the one that got the TFI module plug and the spout connector. So the cool thing is we can just cut this off and then put it back onto the newer harness, or the original harness. So far everything else looks like it's there, but we're just going to kind of go through connector by connector and see. But one thing about these guys is I know wiring is extremely daunting and complicated. I'm not good at it either, but these are pretty basic harnesses. Pull them out and you put them back in the car, especially like if you're doing a 4-cylinder or V8 swap. It's not horribly difficult. You saw we just pulled the harness out of the car. So yes, it looks a little crazy and scary, but don't get too intimidated. All right, guys, found another set of wires that have been cut, and that was, as you can see, followed around, nice there.
Yeah,
But we've got it, which is cool, so we can just cut that off. But we're gonna have to splice in the mass air harness back into this harness as well, which again, not difficult. Just
I think this extra connector's for the airbags.
okay.
You see, that's why that ain't got it. It's not an airbag.
Yeah, and you can tell it's
About the same color wires.
So everything looks kind of got everything figured out here. What's missing, what we need, you know, what we don't need as far as the airbags and stuff like that, or airbag. All right, guys, so we just remembered that we've got the original harness that came out of my car, which is identical to this car because mine's an airbag mass air car. So the only issue we've got is we got to find it. But my harness was perfect, uncut. We can just drop that thing in there and don't have to worry about anything. If you guys are new to the channel, this is the original shop we started with, and this is the LS swap Chevy truck. We keep all the Chevrolets down here. The Chevrolets are not allowed to go in the nice shop, just saying. Just kidding, guys. All right. Hey, that looks like it right there.
We just go double check, make sure everything's the same.
Yes, sir. That's the one out of my car, isn't it? Yeah, because that's yeah.
That's one difference. You got those two relays right there. I think one of them's for the air conditioning, remember?
That, yeah, because they're under the hood instead of under the seat.
Wide open throttle thing.
Ah, that's right. Okay, guys, so one quick note. The 90 models had the fuel pump relay underneath the seat, the driver's seat. 92 and 93, they were on the, right behind the mass airflow meter on the fender apron, passenger side. So I spoke too soon. All right, guys, so current situation. Just making the repairs to this harness. Like you saw on my harness, the 92 and 93 cars have the air conditioning and fuel pump relay right here behind the mass air meters. The 91 and back have the fuel pump relay underneath the seat. And so while I thought we were about to use mine, then I remembered the relays were there, and that's not possible. So the work goes on. Gonna make some repairs to this harness, get the original 90 model harness back in the car so everything will be good. Yank the dash out, make sure all of that's good, and then maybe then we'll be able to hear some supercharger noises and cam chop noises, all kinds of good stuff. Hey, we gotta get, ladies and gentlemen, Speed Addict 731 is in the house.
What's up?
If you guys have not stopped by and subscribed to Ken,
Please do.
stop by and subscribe to Ken. He likes having his head smashed. Yeah, I'm smashing your head.
I'm smashing yours.
All right, guys, so keep it tuned right here. We will have this car back rolling. All kinds of shop badassery in here. So in the meantime, if you like this video, please give me a big thumbs up. Make sure you smash that subscribe button, and we'll be back. Thank you for watching.